Hey everyone, quick story here about playing Army as a kid and kids throwing rocks and sticks at each other's heads coming up, so just be warned. So remember that video where I was talking about telling you about playing outside and playing with friends, playing Army, and tying in with music? Well, here's the story of a similar time, where I remember choosing to be a musician and go to school for it in the context of doing the crazy stuff we used to do in the 80s of playing Army. So leading up to this experience I was going to tell you about, I was maybe in junior high and maybe sixth grade. And I had been thinking about what I wanted to do when I was growing up. There was different things going through my mind. Things like being an archaeologist. I really loved ancient Egypt. Everything about ancient Egypt, I still love, think it's really cool. So I thought about being an archaeologist. I thought in passing about being an oceanographer. I don't know why that came up. I thought about being in the military. So there are certain things that I had been wondering about. Hey, maybe this would be cool to do for a living when I grew up. And any of you 80s kids out there, tell me if you feel me on this one, but it, playing Army when you're a kid, it could definitely be crazy. Throwing rocks and sticks at each other's heads, jumping out of trees, making these low-grade booby traps for each other. It was kind of nuts. So we just had a lot of fun. It was competitive, very active, but from standing and looking at this from afar, if you're an outsider, you'd be like, these kids okay? But on this one particular day, I was in my friend Nate's backyard field after some rock throwing and Army playing, walking back to the house. And I was just thinking of the guitar lessons I had been doing for a little bit that time. It was kind of new to me, but I'd just been really vibing with it, had really been enjoying it and the things that I've been learning and how much fun it was. And I started to think that I could make a life out of that somehow, how much it could continue to, bring me happiness and I could share that. It could be a two-way street with people. And I just remember walking through that field and thinking, okay, I've been wondering about what to do and having these other things going through my mind. I think I could do this. I could be a musician and go to school for music and make a life like that and be mindful about the identity that I would start to form more thoroughly around. I could be mindful about the identity that I would, co-form. The ways we choose an identity in a purposeful way. Obviously, there's stuff that we just come to us and that we are born with that is part of our identity. But I really thought consciously of how to build an identity in some small way. And this was a way to go, hey, I like this and I can do that. And it was funny that I was walking through a field after throwing sticks and rocks and playing Army in the woods near my house with friends that I came to that conclusion. And it was one of those times where it just like a switch flips in your mind and like, okay, I see the path somehow got clearer to me. And that's just what I did. And I followed through with it. And it was really interesting how from that moment on, I changed the goal to being a musician. And so I guess this story could also be about those brief moments in life that might pass you by, but you remember to pay attention to them for what they might be offering you. And just thought I would pass that along because I thought that would be of big value and it's a good story. I wanted to share it. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.